Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the 33% rule. What is that? In a nutshell, it's all about how you allocate your savings. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. You should definitely do your own research and share your own experiences with the others. I was taught by my old man that you never want to have eggs in one basket. You heard of that before, right? And this applies to everything, not just stocks or real estate or anything else. People always tell you that it is good to be diversified, and it is true. I mean, look at the banking sector right now. I mean, who would have thought that we're going to have banking crisis? Not similar to 2008, but banking crisis again, where some of the largest and most respected banks, because they didn't do a good risk management, especially with the Fed increasing their rates dramatically. So their risk management definitely went to south. I mean, anything can happen. That's what I'm trying to say. Is really, nothing that you could have done. I mean, I would not have anticipated some of these large banks failing. But anyway, same thing applies to there. You don't want to put all your money into one bank either. I mean, obviously, if you're a billionaire or trillionaire or millionaire even, I mean, of course, you don't want to have like 1,000 banks. But all I'm trying to say is that you don't want to put it all into one. And that applies to anything in life. 33% simply means you want to have more than just checking or savings as your main primary goal. How most successful individuals save and grow their wealth is by basically allocating into different buckets. So, for example, 33% in cash for emergencies or extra cash to invest when time is right. So this can be just straight up checking, could be savings, could be cash for even like literally cash. And 33% in real estate, that is just something that my dad taught me. So typical American dream, right? You want to have at least one primary residence. Although the interest rate has been significantly higher than a few years ago. But I still think that real estate, especially your primary residence, if you could afford one, depending on where you live and how much you make, I think it is one of the greatest ways to grow your assets. And it is a great wealth, like a transfer to your future kin. And 33% remaining into either stocks or crypto, whichever investment do you think that is worth your while. So crypto is still very speculative, more so than stocks. So I would say it does have a higher risk than individual stocks. But if you're interested, you can put some into it and basically do your own research. Something you also want to have is you should always have some kind of tool to monitor the bucket to adhere to this 33% rule. Because as you allocate the money and as your money grows in each bucket, you just want to have the safe 33% allocation back if one of them exceeds or one of them goes down, vice versa. So you could rebalance. So just want to share my thoughts on that. And very first thing you want to talk about is why do you want to do this, right? And time value of money is something that you learn at school, but it is definitely one thing you want to keep in mind, because $1 today is not going to be worth $1 next year or 5 years, 10 years down the road. You could keep the dollar under your bed or however you want to do it, but as inflation gets worse, you're going to notice that the dollar is not going to be able to afford the same thing that you wanted to afford a year ago, 2 years ago, and things like that. So this is exactly the reason why people say you want to beat the inflation, and investments and other source of a financial instruments will help you get there. So I'm not going to get into the details of the formulas and examples, but I just want to give you in a nutshell, why time value of money is so important. So this is just an example or snapshot of some of the savings account that's being offered by these banks. And don't quote me on it, the percentage could change. This is just a snapshot when I took this video. But you could see some of the banks that you're familiar with, American Express, SoFi, Discover, and things like that. There were other banks, but I'm just going to show you basically some of the top banks that are offering the high interest rate on savings. So basically, by keeping your money into these banks, they're going to give you these rates respectively. And some of them even have sign-up bonus like $250 for SoFi and $200 for Discover. There's going to be some strings attached, of course, but hey, it's free money. It's better than just keeping your cash and stay the same value, right? Even a year later. So something to keep in mind. This is one way to basically grow your wealth or keep up with inflation. This is just an index showing you national for the U.S. home prices over the years. And obviously, the key message here is that there's going to be some ups and downs throughout the graph, just like stocks or any other investments. However, in the long run, basically, the home value is worth more than what it was whenever you bought it, right? Over time, it's supposed to grow. Is that going to be forever? I'm not sure. I can't forecast that, right? There could be some kind of crash that could prolong for many, many years. Who knows? For example, we did have a financial crisis back in, at the top of 2006 all the way down to 2012. You could see from the dip. But over time, whoever bought it during those times definitely, prosperous, right? I mean, the value went up. So that's the key bottom line. And I mean, some people that are affluent, of course, they're going to have more than one homes, your primary residence and investment homes. But I would say, most Americans could barely afford one primary residence. And I would say if you could at least put a goal to try to obtain at least one primary residence where you're going to be living in, and you can rent it out later, but at least focus on getting that your first home, I always say, is a good goal to have. I wish that I started saving much younger and then bought a home at a much younger age. Fortunately, I was not that lucky and I didn't make smart decisions throughout my life, but I mean, it is what it is. I do envy some of the friends I have that's been buying property since when they graduate out of college, of course, with the help of their parents. But either way, I mean, they are much well off than I am if you look back at their net worth. So just keep that in mind. This is another financial instrument that you may be interested in. And once again, this is just one snapshot I just took that's being offered by Markets, which is owned by Goldman Sachs. That's offering CDs, a 10-month term. And then basically they're going to give you 5.05 APY for keeping your money in their basically bank. I would say, there's other banks that are offering similar or sometimes even higher APY. So you could compare and see which ones, basically which bank and what interests you the most. But I'm just giving an example in terms of type of products that are out there to basically grow your money. Okay, bonds. Super boring. Everybody knows. But it is something that that a lot of the wealthy individuals put their money into sometimes. So it is another instrument that you may be interested in. And it works very similar to CDs and other instruments where you have to park your money for X amount of terms and then you get the money at the end. So something to keep in mind that you don't want to put all your money into one basket. If you want to put some money into bonds, that's up to you, but do your own research in terms of terms and possible risk there are. Okay, so now I want to talk about basically stock markets a little bit. It's another avenue to grow your money. you could lose your money too. So do your own research. And this is basically SPY, which is created by State Street. It launched around 1993 to 1994 timeframe, and they have been growing their total assets to close to $7 to $8 trillion over the many years. And if you even look at the stock charts, they've been performing relatively well. They also give dividends, so it is something that some people, if they don't want to trade or think about the stock markets in general, they just buy SPY and hold long term. And Apple obviously is one of the larger components of SPY, but I also chose Apple because it's something that everybody knows about. So this is just a 5-year chart, and you could tell that stock has been doing pretty good. It tripled from its low to high, and it doesn't mean that Apple's going to continue to double, triple over the years. It can, but just to show you that over time, stocks relatively do well. There has been failed companies, so that's why I said do your own research and choose your investments wisely. But just want to kind of give you an idea that if you choose the stocks and ETFs or whatever you want to buy wisely and choose well, it can grow your wealth. I want to talk about cryptocurrencies a little bit because it is another popular investment choice for some of the folks. And this is cryptocurrency is still not fully regulated, and I just want to talk about crypto a little bit too, because some of you guys might be interested in individual stocks or any other investments. However, I'm not the expert in cryptocurrencies though, so I'm not going to get into details. If you want something other than another instrument that can give you similar to gold return for some of the other folks that are, then I would say it is buying, you might want to consider either gold index or I'm not telling you to open an account in Coinbase and. But what I'm trying to say is, it is another, do your own research, investment instrument that you choose your investments wisely, like I said. But if you want to get into it, I would say Bitcoin or Ethereum is something that you want to start off with. I almost treat them just like any other indexes, where it sorts of give you a signal of the healthiness of the overall market in cryptocurrencies. If Bitcoin, Ethereum generally falls, it is definitely signaling something. So it is something that you want to look into. But I would say overall, if you want to play safe and if you want to get your feet into cryptocurrencies, I would say start looking into Bitcoin and Ethereum's first, and look into other types of coins or ideas out there. There's a lot of memes type of coins, which is, I would say, in my opinion, for fun. Some people do make a lot of money through those memes, as just like any other stocks that we see, like GME or AMC, where it pops and dies and pops and dies and repeats the cycle. But just giving you an idea, depending on your risk appetite. Anyway, I know this video was a little bit longer than what I wanted to be, but I wanted to sort of touch different investment basically ideas out there that you can use to grow your money. Main thing is let the money work for you, not the other way around. Thanks for your support. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more contents like this. And I definitely love you guys' support, and feel free to disagree with me if you don't like anything I say. I'm not the expert. I'm just a regular American citizen, just like you guys. I just want to share my thoughts on, investments and how to grow your money overall. So thanks for watching, and talk to you guys later.